Hey YouTube, it's me 4000 me. I'm cracking it like a whip these days. Oh, got my glasses on. I wanted to talk about a documentary I saw yesterday and it was so awesome for me. It's called Jiro Dreams of Sushi. I think I'm pronouncing this right. It's about an older 85-year-old Japanese man, so it could be Jiro, but let's just say it's Jiro, and pray that I'm getting it right. But it was such an inspirational movie, and it was like a love affair for food. David Gelb is the producer, I believe, and director. He made the film, and it's just amazing. It tells about the life of Jiro, 85-year-old Japanese sushi master, and he has a little sushi shop that's set right outside of it's in, like, as you go down into a subway station. His restaurant is inside as you go down into the subway station. And his plates are 30,000 yen a plate. So for a meal, I think that averages out to maybe $300 or $400 a meal. And there's a waiting list for a month. And his son works directly under him. I think his name is Shoto. I'm just going to call him the eldest son, Joto. Japanese isn't my first language, so my apologies to those people who speak Japanese. Yeah, and it was the most inspirational documentary I've seen in a while. I mean, like I've told you, I get inspiration from just about everything, and this was just amazing. He's always rated Michelin 3 stars. I don't know if you know much about the culinary world, but to have your restaurant have Michelin 3 stars is everything. It means you're consistently good, you use the best ingredients, and that it leaves the customer or wanting more, and he's consistently got Michelin 3 stars. He's been making sushi for about 70 years, and this movie is just a love affair of how you become a master at anything. You can take what you see in the movie and apply it to your life. And here are some of the quotes. I mean, it was just rich with quotes. I'm thinking every couple of years I should just rewatch it. It's that amazing. Like, okay, this is what he said, and it's in Japanese, so subtitles in English, but they're really good subtitles. Once you decide on your occupation, you must immerse yourself in your work. You have to fall in love with your work. You never complain about your job. You must dedicate your life to mastering your skill. That's the secret to success. And that's probably why I might not be as successful as I should be, because A, I complain a lot. B, I have yet to immerse myself in something. And he shows how much he immerses himself in this. I mean, he only buys, when he goes to pick his fish, and they go and show you all the different fish it takes to make sushi, like your salmon, your different types of salmon, your shrimp, your mackerel, your cod, your white fishes, your eel, I mean, this is a love song to food and seafood. And when he buys shrimp, he only buys from a person who is a master at catching shrimp. You know, like he buys from a shrimp dealer who only deals with shrimp, because that shrimp dealer has mastered in his years of knowledge everything about the best shrimp and the good, you know, when's the good catch, and knows the different species of shrimp. It was amazing. And then like the eel dealer and the tuna dealer. The tuna dealer only buys tuna. Like, the whole key to this movie is get something and master it. So the tuna dealer that he buys his tuna from only is really extremely expert in tuna. Instead of buying from someone who does it all, he buys from somebody who has specialized in tuna. And even down to the rice. His rice dealer only deals in a certain type of rice, and he knows the ins and outs of that rice and how it should be cooked. And the rice dealer went on to say, I've been asked by the Grand Hyatt to, they wanted to give me a contract to, buy rice and sell rice to them, but he wouldn't, because he so respected his rice that he would only sell it to people who knew how to cook it. Wow. That is just so amazing. I mean, that's just amazing to me. Like, every person in the documentary is like, it's not about money at all. It's about the love of food and the respect for food. And I don't know if I've seen that kind of respect for food ever in my life. It's like a reverence, just a total reverence for food. And I was just like, wow, amazing. And the people who are, his team, I think there's a team of 9 people, like sous chefs, apprentice, master chefs. It takes 10 years. You have to study under someone for 10 years before they give you the title of shokunin. I'm going to spell it: S as in Sam, H as in hamburger, O, K, U, N as in Nancy, I, N as in Nancy. Shokunin? And this one example was one of the apprentices. He had to make like the egg. It looks like a little egg cake. And again, not familiar with all Japanese cuisine, so please don't grill me and tear me apart. But looks like an egg cake. He would make, when he was learning how to make this, it took him, he messed up so many, and they would be like, no, if it wasn't perfect, they didn't even send it out. And he said that it took months. I think he said he made almost 200 of them before one of his ever got sent out to for someone to be plated, for someone to actually eat it, for a customer to actually eat it. And he said he cried that day. Like, after 200 plus times, he finally got one right, and he just cried. And I have so much to say. Like, one of like a culinary expert, like a critic in Japan, he wrote this: there are 5 attributes for greatness for a chef, but I feel like you could use these in your life. Number 1, they take their work very seriously and continuously perform on a high level. Number 2, they aspire to improve their skills. Number 3, for cleanliness. And he went on to talk about cleanliness, because as a chef, if your kitchen isn't clean, then your restaurant isn't going to be clean, and if that isn't clean, no one's going to come in. Number 4, impatience, not prone to collaboration. 5, passion. Whoa, it made me just want to just improve upon these, like, wow. And he comes to work every day and he wants to get better. They've found a method for how much pressure they want to put on their rice cooker and the exact temperature, and it is a science of like how to make something the best. And his son is, what do you call it? It's kind of like his son is the person who is next in line. So he's just waiting for his father to retire, but it doesn't look like he will anytime soon. But I feel that his son is just, Jiro's son is just as good as him, but because Jiro has been doing it for 75 years, he gets all the credit. So, but just the tidbits that you get, like the reverence for food. Jiro says he dreams about sushi in his sleep, and he writes sushi diaries. It's just a commitment to excellence that I haven't seen, and I think it will probably be in my top 10 or so movies or documentaries. It was that good. And he said, you know, everything was a tip, a quote, something, a morsel that you could take to live your life by. And he was just like, to be a really master chef and good chef, you have to only eat good food. You have to have a discerning tongue, a discerning palate. If you are owning a restaurant and you don't eat good food, how will you know, how can you pass that on to the customer? And I was like, wow. You know, he only eats the best of foods, you know, the best fish, the best rice, so that he knows that the difference between something that's not good and something that's excellent, you know, subpar and great. So it just made me want to eat better food and only use the best ingredients. And I thought about what I do eat. I eat a lot of, right now it's a lot of, what do you call it, microwave dinners. That's not good for me. So this movie is just excellent to help challenge you to step up your game. And so, yep, Jiro is my hero. And I will see you later. Bye.